It's a new year, but I'm not sorry to start by saying Nigeria is structured to encourage fraud or questionable income. I'm glad Dirty December is over, so we can have honest conversations about the state of consumer experience. Can we build a society that doesn't pressure everyone to be corrupt? House rents keep climbing, but income is not. A graduate will work donkey years to afford an old car. The math is not mathing. Yet we are expected to normalize it. I saw a trending video of a man complaining bitterly about the cost of a drink in a Lagos club. A bottle that sits on a supermarket shelf for 120,000 naira or thereabout was being sold for 6 million naira in a club. Now compare that to other clubs globally. That is a wide margin. A two-bedroom short-let apartment went for 750,000 naira per night. A friend recently paid about 12 million naira for a three-bedroom flat, not in Ikoyi, not in VI, or not anywhere you would reasonably call highbrow. Oh, and just yesterday, someone sent me a distress sale brief for a two-bedroom flat at 210 million. Now, we can make excuses, but this is not normal. It makes neither economic nor moral sense. My questions are, what value are we really getting for these outrageous costs? How is this affordable and sustainable? The worst part is that despite all these payments, we hardly get value. There is no protection for citizens, just grab, grab, grab. Everyone has hijacked a corner and turned it into a cartel, from landlords to clubs to moneyless, even the airport. Why should anyone pay to use a trolley? I've traveled through several airports and never paid a kobo for that basic service. Now that we've entered a new tax regime, our tax year, right, where the middle and, that's if they're still middle class, and upper classes are asked to pay more, can we at least have dividends that accrue to taxpayers, like airports with free trolleys and fewer officials begging for tips? Charge reasonably and deliver value that justifies the price. Also see regulators step in and restore sanity, because free markets still needs guardrails. What we have is not luxury or experience, but noise and ego. When life becomes a hustle, decency dies.
You see, our mistaken identity may destroy us as a people if we don't quickly adjust ourselves. Because this class of a thing, fueled by greed, bankrolling our lifestyle and culture. The system is designed in a way that some people are seen as superior and others as inferior. And that is why you will see somebody, you said something that graduates will work donkey years for them to buy
an old car.
Nations around us, countries around us in Africa, not Europe, once you start working, the system had provided for you how to get a brand new car. These brand new cars are not even imported. They are manufactured in their land by the provision of the system. The National Assembly, their parliament had made things workable that you can't just come from Germany or you come from Holland or from America to just bring cars. You will produce there. But here, you are inside a 100 million naira car, but sitting for 4 hours inside traffic. So we need to go back up to our identity. I keep on saying this. Who are we? Who are you, Elsie, as an Igbo woman? Who am I as a Yoruba man? Who are you as an Hausa woman?
Fulani.
Fulani, who are we as Nigerians? Who are we? What do we carry? What's our goal? What's our dream? What's the dream of Nigeria? What is the goal? Our leaders, and what plans do they have? I feel like crying. Something that you normally, with profit and everything, 1,200. You are asking me to bring 5,000 naira. I drop it, man. Sincerely yours. I don't want to mention the name. Not knowing that other people who had already picked different items, they were complaining, but nobody to lead the protest by rejecting and dropping it. Immediately I dropped, everybody dropped their own, and we got out of the place.
So myself, I go out. If I see that you are unaffordable for me, I carry my bag, I go home. I get whatever it is I want in my house. And a lot of these issues, it's a big city problem and largely a Lagos problem. I was with a friend yesterday, and then was like, he even got someone to appraise his apartment, and then they said it's 220 million. It's a two-bed, and it's not even in a really nice spot. And then even we had to pause like, okay, what are they buying here for 220 million? Because the road is not even
we also need to
tarred.
question
The
ourselves.
Road,
Bed is 2 rooms, so plus the parlor 3 rooms new.
you are missing the point. This is not even a tarred road. Like when it rains, you can't even drive your sedan on the road. I even had to pause. But anyway, it was like, it's you people who understand Lagos real estate market. At the end of the day, we need to go back to our identity. As an individual, who am I? What do I want for myself? And what is driving this desire and this purchase? Because as far as you can't do that, you always feel socially oppressed, and you always keep trying to keep up with the Joneses.
It's a free market. And unfortunately, as expensive as those things are, there are people showing up paying for it.
Thank you.
And as long as that continues, we'll keep having those high prices. Now, the question is, who are the those paying for them? Are they within the system? Okay, some of them are within the system, but a lot of them are outside of the system. So you have people from diaspora, for instance,
IJGBs.
who have ability to convert from pounds, dollars, euros to large amounts in naira, buying some of these properties, and they don't necessarily care because their, PPP sensitivity is very low.
I don't want to cut in your train of thought, but I just want to add something to what you're saying. The
Yeah.
people complaining now
At the
are the
IJGBs.
IGGBs.
So exactly, that's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
That it gets to a point, a saturation, point, what you call in economics equilibrium,
Okay.
where people will now begin to say, hang on, there's no value here.
Does it make sense?
Okay, and that's the lesson that we must say to people, that walk away. Okay, don't just accept those prices, walk away. We saw in December, ticket prices to the east, unimaginable, cost. Was it that the taxis had gone high, or fuel prices had gone high? No, it was greed. It was greed of the airlines who wanted to make a lot more money. If all the passengers or the whatever said, we're not going, let those planes fly empty, you realize the fact that the airlines will correct, because that's what the market forces everybody to do.
We don't really keep data in Nigeria, but the littles that I've seen online here and there, it's give or take about 1 million people coming to the country. Less. So I'm just being generous. And that is like less than 1% of the 220 million people we have in Nigeria. So for me, that latest number is not even a thing. And as you rightly said, it's going to die out. Because as you said, let me use your word, everybody, they feel they touch everybody. They are feeling it. They're complaining about their braids, their nails, because they're charging them $250 and they can't afford it. You go and slave away in one country and come and they want to. So you spend all your savings for you barely see. But there are two things that I've heard today and I love. We've talked about identity and we talk about leadership. Somebody to lead. When somebody starts saying no, the others will say no. When somebody comes and says, this is who I am, I don't have to live in Lagos. Lagos is not Nigeria. Lagos is not Nigeria. Abuja is not Nigeria. My one is the everyday people that just want to put their head and go to work and come back. Leave the Ikoyi. Ikoyi is not Lagos now. Leave those ones. It's just aspirational. And there's this bandwagon mentality.
So the rent hike is now everywhere in Lagos.
Yes.
It's no longer just
That's why I said my
Ikoyi.
own concern is the everyday man. Forget about Ikoyi, because everyday man does not have to live in Ikoyi. Identity. Must you live in Ikoyi to be enough? When I moved to Lagos 14 years ago, I was staying with my parents in Ogudu. And people say, on the mainland, why are you on mainland? You have to be on the island, though. The same thing with this, and I will say it again, also, you don't go vex. With this wig thing, everybody, you will just carry. Now they're selling wigs for 5K pounds, 10K pounds, 20,000 pounds.
What's that?
Even, that's why he told me, she complained.
Now you go buy that.
Celebrity status, she complained. She said, wig 5K. People are now putting in the comments, haven't you seen the one for 10K, 20K? Because people will do anything just to feel as if they're better, I better pass your neighbor. We must build esteem. But the unfortunate thing is that who is going to build esteem in our children when the parents themselves don't have self-esteem?
Bam.
That's just a problem.
Thank you.
How we're going to do it, I don't know. Because we need a collective. Laborers are few.
Yeah.
But until we accept our identity, until we accept that I live in Egbeda, and I am more than enough.
And it's a place.
Thank you.
And it is a place. I eat. I'm not begging you to eat
Thank
anything.
you.
Absolutely.
If you like, live in Banana Island, that is your business. It doesn't
Thank
make
you.
you any better than me. We
Thank
can
you.
walk into the same rooms.
Thank
we
you.
can have the same conversations. And one thing I heard from a bank manager many years ago, we all know her, I don't want to mention her name. She said, All those Lekki houses, the owners are on the mainland.
Yeah.
Most of them are being rented. That was when I heard first that a lot of people don't even have 500K in their accounts in this Nigeria. Yeah. So now fake life na they live.
Hey.
Fake life. Oh.
Wake up.
Like Yinka said, you've kicked off the year on the right footing by joining the conversation at the table. Let's continue to stay on the issues that matter to all of us. Same time, same channel next week. Till then, it's goodbye from all of us.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.